Happy New Year, Salceologists. I cannot believe that it's 2026. I feel like 2025 was such a difficult year. I'm so glad it's over. Apparently this year, 2026, is the year of the fire horse in the Chinese New Year calendar, which is all about acceleration, momentum, action, energetic movement, all the things that I love in a year. I wish you guys abundance, health, prosperity, love, protection. I hope that this year is your year and that all your dreams and manifestations come true this year. Now, you guys probably noticed that I'm filming in a very different space to my usual vlogs, and that is because I've moved out of my home and now I've got my own apartment. And today, considering my apartment's relatively clean, I cleaned it for the new year, to get rid of the bad energy and bring in the new energy. I thought I would do an apartment tour for you guys. Now, excuse the way that I look. I've got greasy hair today because there's a whole bunch of hair treatments in there right now, marinating. I feel like a chicken. Now I know how a chicken feels. I'm like marinating. And I'm also in my gym clothes because I'm about to go to the gym after this video. But yeah, I've been in this space for about a month or two. I'm finally settled in. I don't have a lot of furniture, but I thought now would be a great time to show you guys around. Now, if you guys want to go straight to the part where I tour the apartment, I'll leave some timestamps below to skip straight to that part of this video. But I thought I'd talk a little bit about what happened leading up to me moving, because I definitely haven't vlogged in a while, and last time I vlogged, I was still living with my family in a different space. So give you guys an update of what happened, how I found this apartment, and I guess my plans for 2026. So if you don't want to listen to that, just skip straight to the tour and I won't be offended. Now, if you guys have been following me for a while on YouTube, you would be very aware that all of 2025, I was living in my family's home with my stepdad, my mum, and my brother, to help financially support them while my brother was studying a master's degree. As soon as he graduated, my plan was to move out to find my own place in Melbourne. I still was tossing up between whether I wanted to stay in Melbourne this year or move overseas. Obviously, I'm in Melbourne, so I made a decision to stay because of all the plans that I've got in 2026. As soon as I got the news that my brother was going to graduate at the end of the year, of course, I was very proud of him. He is the second person in our family, apart from me, to have a postgraduate qualification. So I was elated that he was graduating with honors. I turned around to my family and I said, respectfully, guys, I love you a lot, but it's time for me to move out now and have my own place. I've done my time. I've done my duty to this family. I spent the last couple of months leading up to my brother graduating to find places to live. So for the last 6 months before I moved into this place, I was actually going to lots of house inspections, apartment inspections across different suburbs in Melbourne to suss out the vibe, suss out the lifestyle and the spaces to see what I liked and what I didn't like and what were my non-negotiables for a new space. I was very intentional with looking for a place to live because I didn't want to keep moving around year after year finding another place. I wanted to settle in one space for a while and kind of just live very comfortably so that I can focus on all my creative endeavors and focus on earning money and working and all of the things that I wanted for 2026. One of my non-negotiables for my new space was the fact that I was going to live alone, which means that I needed to be able to afford it on my own. People kept asking me, would you ever entertain living with roommates? It would be a lot cheaper. I'm like, no, I'm 34 years old. I need my space. I'm not living with anyone. That is a non-negotiable for me. So no roommates, which means I needed to find something within my budget. Another non-negotiable for me was the place needed to be an apartment complex. I did entertain the idea of finding a townhouse or a house to live in, because houses are actually cheaper to live in Melbourne compared to apartments. But I preferred an apartment complex. As a woman who lives alone, it's a lot safer. And I also like the fact that it's minimal maintenance in terms of taking care of the space. I want to be super efficient this year. I want to focus on making money and everything else that I've got going on in my life, less time on maintaining the household and doing chores and stuff like that. The biggest non-negotiable for me with the apartment was that it needed to have a lot of space. Considering that I spent most of my year without any space, I was like running my business out of my bedroom for 2025. I really wanted a place that will have a lot of ample space for me to just do my day-to-day stuff, but also to run my businesses. And I say the word businesses as in more than one, because I'm about to start a second one this year as well. So I was factoring all of this into the decision of where to move. Having a minimum of 2 bedrooms in the apartment was non-negotiable for me. It was one of the most important things I was actually looking at. And that's because I need a place to sleep in day to day. The extra bedrooms are for me to have a work from home office space, because one of my jobs requires me to work from home. And to also have a room where I can film YouTube videos in, so have a setup that's specifically for that. But also to have space to run my businesses out of. So the minimum of 2 bedrooms was non-negotiable. I also wanted an apartment that was on the highest floor possible of the complex, just so that you've got a nice view to look out from when you wake up in the morning or just when you want to chill. Just for safety reasons as well, like when you live alone, you just want to be as safe as possible. So being on upper levels in an apartment makes me feel a lot safer. I definitely was looking at amenities of the apartments as well. Some apartment complexes in Melbourne have lots of facilities in them. You basically don't have to leave your complex. You've got a gym, a pool, a sauna, a library, an office space, like all these things you could possibly want to be efficient with your day-to-day lifestyle. But after looking at a few of them, I wasn't a fan of the location where they were located. The cost was crazy. Like the difference in cost per fortnight would be $200, $300 minimum. It was just not in my budget. And to be honest, it was negotiable. As long as I was living in an area where all the amenities were like around me walking distance, it all ends up cheaper anyway. Other non-negotiables included the fact that I needed a car space, a dedicated car space in a safe area to keep my car safe. I use my car on a daily basis. I need it every day considering how busy I am. So having a space for that was really important, but also having a storage unit of some sort was also important for me. My businesses have so many boxes of like stock and packaging that I just piled up, and I didn't want them in the actual apartment. And so these were the sorts of things that I was looking for. It needed to be an efficient space for my work, business, and lifestyle. This apartment came to me in such a funny way. I actually inspected it twice. The first time when I looked at it, I thought she was really cute, but I sort of dismissed her a bit early because of a lot of reasons. She met my requirements, but it was just, there was a couple of things about her that I just wasn't really feeling at the time. But then when I found out that she got given an offer to someone else, I actually reconsidered my decision, and I was like, damn it, that apartment was actually perfect for me. And I regretted it. I was like, damn it, I shouldn't have dismissed it so early. And then a couple of weeks later, the apartment came back on the market. And I was like, hey, she's back on the market. And then I inquired about it and I got her. Before I got offered this apartment, I actually was offered 2 apartment complexes in the same building. This one had a better view, which I'll show you in a second. The view is the reason why I chose this one, but it's on a lower floor. So again, I was kind of like, I really do want it on the highest floor if possible, but she's definitely not on the ground floor or on the first few floors, so that's okay. The other apartment I was being offered, again, same building, but it was on the highest floor of the building, but it was facing the opposite direction. So the view was actually pretty crappy. All you could see was just buildings instead of the nice view that I'm going to show you. So when the real estate agent called me and offered me both the apartments, they turned around and said, Angela, which one would you like? And I was like, give me the one with the best view. So that's the one I've got now. So let's give you guys a tour of my new space. Do a quick walkthrough before I go through all the spaces. This is my kitchen, front door. My first bathroom is there. And if we do a 360, this is my apartment. Again, keep in mind, I've just moved in. I don't have furniture yet. I'm also very picky with my furniture, so I don't want to just buy things for the sake of buying them. I am happy to wait. This is my balcony. My balcony is huge. It's my view there. And my bedroom is here. And then my second bedroom is here. So let's go through the space. This is my kitchen. I love this kitchen so much. I fell in love with it when I saw it. It's got this amazing bench. Excuse all the fruit. In Filipino culture, we do 12 fruits, and the fruits have to be round to represent the 12 months of the year for prosperity and luck and all that. So I've got all the fruits out at the moment. This is a new addition to my kitchen. So my second business that I'm about to start is a food business. I am playing around with chocolate at the moment. So if you've been following me on Instagram, I've been doing chocolate making classes. And so I've been making chocolates. I'll tell you guys about this later or in another video. Don't ask me how I thought of the idea. It just came to me. But I handmade these chocolates myself. I started to get a bit obsessed with this business idea that I started to have my own cart and space and started to buy all these like supplies for it. Like all this gold foil. I've got gold foil in like different colors. I've also got like glitters, all these things for packaging. This is going to get shipped to a friend. I have to make another batch later. Just all the chocolates and things that I need. I'm getting a bit obsessed. It's my new hobby. So I've got a whole station dedicated to that now. I also have a fridge. Yay, my fridge is black. If you've been following me since my Canberra days, you know that the only fridge color I buy, or any appliance for that matter, is all black. That is the vibe I'm trying to keep. I actually got this fridge on sale. It was an $800 fridge, but I got it down to about $400 because I negotiated the price for it. It's a brand new fridge. And yeah, we got lucky on Black Friday. And it's one of the biggest fridges I've ever owned. She's cute. I'm very proud of her. As you can see, I've started to learn how to bake. So I've been like freezing stuff. I'm also a big meal prepper now. I'm trying to like drop 20 kilos because I want to join pageants again this year. So we're all on the meal prepping journey. This is cute. I went to Sovereign Hill the other day. I took my family there for a Christmas present and I got this like $9 souvenir. It's a bottle opener and a magnet. So that's cute. We've got dishwasher. We've got all my appliances that are black. I've also got my famous coffee machine. I cannot survive without her. She's still alive, keeping me alive. This is my pantry. I don't have a lot in there. A lot of this stuff is for chocolate making. Again, I'm a bit obsessed. So I've started to buy all this stuff. And my sink. This is my front door. And this is where my washing machine is supposed to go. But at the moment, it's just kind of like a storage space for like my cleaning stuff and my shoes. I'm still looking for a good washing machine that is on discount. I'm trying to take advantage of some sales and I'm still waiting. So I actually do my laundry at the local laundromat, which is just around the corner from me. Kind of annoying, but also it gets me out of the house, so I'm okay with that. It just means I have to change my lifestyle a little bit. This is my first bathroom, or my guest bathroom. I don't personally use this bathroom a lot, but I've actually got 2 showers in my apartment. So this is for if I ever have guests or anyone staying over. So it's got like a massive shower. It's actually bigger than my shower. This is my lounge space. It is huge, my lounge space. Like I can fit a dining table here. I'm gonna put some bench chairs there when I find some good ones. I might move this shelf over there. This shelf was the shelf I kept all my business stuff on in my bedroom in my old house, but I'm gonna use it as a display cabinet for a lot of my awards and stuff that I stuffed in a box. These are all the certificates and the awards I've won in my career. I'm gonna frame them, hang them up. Funnily enough, in 2025, one of my goals was to win a trophy of some sort for something. And I actually won this trophy at a Filipino event after I started competing in pageants. It's a Star of the Night award. I will put up the vlog about that very soon. My TV is positioned this way because whenever I'm cooking, I can watch TV at the same time. Again, I don't have a couch yet, so this is sort of what we're dealing with. I'm currently watching the new video I just posted because I always check the quality of the video to see if, you know, how to improve for the next videos. When I actually have a couch, it would go there. And then we'd put a TV stand there. The TV will go on top of that. But for now, she's sort of just chilling like this. And then, yeah, you can access the balcony through here. And the balcony's got an amazing view. We've got aircon. So my bedroom is this room. Got my queen bed in there. I've got my own bathroom. I've cleaned my bathroom before, but I just don't know how clean she is today. So I've got my own shower, toilet, etc. And in this corner, I've actually got my makeup table. So this is where I do my hair, my makeup. It's a cute little space I've got in the corner. And I've also got access to my balcony from out here too. So if we go out quickly, it's another area to access my balcony. This is my cupboard. All my clothes that I use for work are here. I've got storage bins with all my other clothes and dirty clothes. I take them to the laundromat once a week. And these are my going out clothes, my underwear, and my clothes to sleep in. Very nice. We've also got like a PowerPoint to plug in a TV in here as well. My second bedroom. So this is my work from home office where I work in my policy role 4 days a week. I also can switch up the screen to connect it to my personal devices when I'm editing videos, doing online shopping, admin, when I am running business stuff. This is kind of what I use the desk for. She's a sit-stand desk. So I was so happy to find this desk. She's able to go up and down. She's electronic. She's black as well. And I've got my own drawer in there as well to keep everything neat and tidy. I got this screen from JB Hi-Fi. She's a curved screen. I love a good curved screen, really good to work from. And then on this side is where I film my YouTube videos. So I currently have a setup where the camera, the lighting is here facing the wall and my back is to the wall, and then I just use whatever seat or something that I'm sitting on to sit in front of the wall. This is extra storage for all my clothes and stuff. Like I've got shoes in there, clothes. These are all the clothes and gowns and stuff that I wore for pageants and things. I'm thinking of going back into pageantry again this year, but I'm trying to drop a bit of weight first before I do that. So that's just for like all my other extra clothes, which is nice. And again, you can access my balcony from this room as well. So that's my apartment, but there is one thing in the apartment I wanted to show you. So we have to grab our keys for this. So when I moved into this apartment, I thought that there was no storage units. The real estate agent told me that there wasn't one that they were aware of. So I was pretty disappointed because I was like, where am I going to store my stuff? And I noticed that there was this room next to my complex and my keys fit into it. And it turns out I do have a storage room. It's next to my apartment, not where the car park is. So this is my storage room for my business. It looks like such a mess right now. It's actually disgusting, but that's my job for today. My job for today is to clean this up. This is where I pack orders for the business. This is where all the business stuff is stored. I've also got other things like suitcases and stuff. This is a mini fridge that I got from Aldi for $150. Before I got the bigger fridge, I was actually living out of this mini fridge. It's so hard to live without a fridge, especially a small one, but I managed to live with it for about a month. So I keep her in here now because when I start up my second chocolate business, this is where I'm going to be storing all of the chocolates into a separate fridge away from my actual fridge with all my food in it. When I found out about this room, I instantly knew that this apartment was meant for me because it just seemed so fit for purpose with everything in my life. And the fact that the storage unit is right next to where I live, I don't have to go down to get things or pack orders. And what's even more interesting is that I tried this the other day. I had my laptop there because I was looking at orders that I was meant to pack online through my store. And my internet actually reaches this storage room. So if I want to sit here and if I need the internet for anything when it comes to business stuff, I can just sit in here and do it. It's pretty amazing. I was like, wow, this apartment is definitely meant for me. So yeah, this is my new space. That's a Filipino parol, by the way. It's a Filipino lantern from my province. We hang it up for Christmas time. And so now I'm about to return this to my family today. These are some items I'm donating. And that was my apartment tour for today. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I know that there isn't a lot going on in the apartment at the moment and it seems really empty. But don't worry, once we start collecting items for the apartment and everything is fully decorated to the way that I want it, I'll do another video to show you guys around with how it looks in a few months' time. I'm actually very excited to decorate my apartment this year. It's going to be one of my passion projects for the year because I've got a vision in my head of how I want it to look. I'm just trying to find bits and pieces here and there to suit the aesthetic, you know. A funny story though, I do have a neighbor in my apartment. He's in his 60s. He's like this old man that lives alone. He basically was like, I want to take care of you. I want to provide for you. Like, he brings me food. He wants to come to the apartment to look at the furniture, to see what I have, what I don't have, so that he can go and find it for me. You know, it's very sweet and everything, but I said respectfully, you know, it's fine. I'm all good. I can decorate the apartment myself. I low-key don't want any man involved in my space, especially in the way it looks or anything like that. I just want this to be for me, you know? So, so what are my plans for 2026? I don't do New Year's resolutions anymore. I haven't actually done that in many years. What I like to do is I have a list of goals that I have for the year and kind of think about all the things that I want to focus on. This year, again, it's all about being creative and earning more to be able to focus on my ventures. I've still got my business Salceology, which is focused on jewelry, but we are changing the business and working on a second one, which is to do with food and chocolate. I'm currently in the process of getting registered with the local council. A food business is very different from a jewelry business, and I'm learning this the hard way. You know, I've never started a food business before, so it's such a learning curve for me. It's very fun though. It's definitely very intellectually stimulating. Don't know when it's going to launch yet. It just really depends on, you know, what we need and any roadblocks that we come across along the way. But I've vlogged the entire process for when I started it because I thought it would be good for you guys to have insight on how a business is launched for the first time. When I started Salceology, I started my YouTube channel about 2 years after I launched the business. So those who are following me on Instagram would know the journey of how I started my first one. But I wanted to share how I started this business now to give you a bit of insight of what it's really like, you know, and all the work that's involved in launching a business venture. Everything is like trial and error for me right now with this business. So you'll often see lots of baking disasters, chocolate making disasters on my social media channels. Apart from the businesses, I will be working still in my policy role. The university semester is starting up in February. I'm contracted to work for the whole year and teach. So I hope to include some more teaching content into my channels as well from a lecturer's perspective. I'm also meant to start my PhD this year. I am hoping I can start it up halfway through the year to give me some time to save up some money before I start it. I've chosen the university I want to do it with. I'm currently in contact with them at the moment, and we'll speak to them again after the new year to put together a game plan on how to get me into the programs on scholarships and things. I'm also going to be traveling a lot in 2026. I've got a Philippines trip booked for the end of the year. I'm excited for that. We'll be spending Christmas and New Year's there with my family. And I finally get to vlog it for you guys because you guys get to see that side of my life when I am back in my homeland. I'm also focused on my health at the moment. I've started to go back into the gym. I have a personal trainer now who's put together a plan for me. I'm also very strict with what I eat now, which is making me very grumpy, but you know, you gotta do what you gotta do. My goal is to lose 20 kilos this year so that I can look good and feel good on the islands of Boracay in the Philippines at the end of the year when I go on holiday. Also because I would like to compete in more pageants, not the community ones where you're just walking around in a gown. The proper pageants require you to be in a bathing suit. So yes, we are trying to shred. And I'm trying to go back to my pre-pandemic body where I wasn't gaining so much weight because of stress eating. When I used to get stressed or bored, I would eat. So now I'm trying to retrain my habits. So instead of eating when I'm stressed and I'm bored, I exercise and go to the gym. One of my friends and I are starting to do Pilates again at a proper Pilates studio, so that will be fun. I'm also going to dance classes with another co-worker, so that's going to be fun. I just really want to be my fittest and healthiest version of myself this year. It's the one aspect of my life that I neglect a lot because I'm always busy taking care of other people and other things. So this is the year where I can take care of myself a lot more because I can. You know, my life has changed a lot in the last 12 months. So I definitely can focus on myself a little bit more and my needs, you know? I'm most likely just going to be doing a crap load of side quests throughout the year, random things that I'm getting involved in. So don't be surprised if one minute I'm baking a cake, then the following day I'm dancing or competing in a pageant or traveling into some random place or doing something weird like changing my hair color or my hairstyle or whatever it may be. Don't be surprised this year, okay? That's just kind of the theme of the year this year for me. It's just YOLO. Whatever opportunities come my way, no matter how weird they are, we'll try and do it. You know, I may not have a lot of things right now, but I have a roof over my head. I have a safe place to live. I've got internet. I've got food. I'm good, man. Like, I'm chill. So let me know in the comments below, what are your 2026 goals? What are you focused on this year? Let me know. Talk to me. Thank you so much for watching my video. I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.